Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time of visiting this channel, I would like you to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to smash the notification bell so that whenever I post a new video you will get notified as soon as possible. So just as I usually do, I bring you weekly forecasts. So far as the forex market is concerned, we try to look at what transpired the previous week and then what the market has for us going into the new week. So that is just that. So if you haven't subscribed, please hit on that subscribe button and smash the notification bell as well. So last week I think I made you aware that I'm not really going to be behind my chat because last week was a busy week for me, but at the moment we are still in some trades. We are still in some trades, and it's actually a swing one. So we are just hoping the trade is going to pan out. So as usual, let's go through these pairs and then see what the market has for us going into this week. So let's usually start with the dollar index. So the dollar index, we saw a very massive move to the upside last week. All right, for a while now you've seen the dollar index in an uptrend. And at the moment I'm expecting a retracement to happen. All right, I'm expecting, but I don't really know as to when that retracement is really going to be, because looking at what is happening here, it's like the retracement is not yet ready to start. But let's quickly look at the weekly. Let's look at the weekly and see. So with the weekly, it has broken off a rejection block. All right, it has broken off a rejection block, and once this rejection block has been violated, I'm expecting to see price at least retrace to the back to the zone, and then we see a further push to the upside, which I'm really anticipating that we are going to see that retracement this week. So going into this week, it's likely, it's likely that we are going to see price retrace a little bit into this rejection block area, and then we see price shoot to the upside. So that is my expectation on the dollar index going into this week. Let's look at what is happening on GBPJPY. So for GBPJPY, I've been bearish on this pair. I've been bearish on this pair. Last week I missed my entry here. I missed my entry on GBPJPY, but going into this week I'm really expecting to see price shoot to the downside again. Look at what is happening currently. A very interesting price action. So we saw price come back to fill this fair value gap you are seeing here. And then we have equal lows to in here. We have equal lows here. So going into next week, I'll expect to see price push to the downside, clear these equal lows, and then come back to this area. So I'm expecting price to push, because price failed to break this high, and then right from this we also saw rejection to the downside, indicating some sell pressure. So going into next week, I'm still expecting to see price push the downside to clear this equal low. So I'll be looking for sell entries on GBPJPY. I'll be looking for sell entries on GBPJPY going into this. So this is it. This is it. So with the perspective of candlestick formation, we say this. We can say this is a bearish engulfing candle, and when you see a bearish engulfing candle, you should know what it means. And right here we are seeing a rejection block here. So going into next video, I'll be looking for sell entries. I'll be looking for sell entries. Maybe I'll wait for price to clear this low, come back, and then for a retest, and then I'll start looking for sell opportunities to clear these equal lows, and then expect to see a further move to the downside. So that is my expectation on GBPJPY going into this week. Let's look at what is happening on AUDJPY. Let's look at what is happening on AUDJPY. So for AUDJPY, I'm bearish. I've been bearish for about 2 weeks now on AUDJPY. A very nice price action you are seeing here. Very nice price action we are seeing here, and I'm really expecting to see, yes, I'm actually in this trade though, yes. So this is where I expect to see price move to. All right, this is where I expect to see price move. So going into this week, I'll be looking out for more sell entries on AUDJPY. I'll be looking out for more sell entries on AUDJPY. Yes, I'll be looking out for more sell entries on AUDJPY going into this week here. So I'll wait for price to clear this low. All right, yes. Basically, I'll wait for price to clear this low or price to move back to fill at least 50% of this liquidity void we are seeing here, and then we see a further move to the downside. But I'll be more convinced if I see price take out to this low, come back for a retest, and then we see price push to the downside. Yeah, so I'll be more convinced to see this happening. All right, I'll be very convinced to see this happening. I'll be very convinced to see this happening. I want to see price push to clear this low. All right, so something like this, push, clear this low, come back to this area for a retest, then I can take my entry somewhere here and then look out for a downside objective. Yeah, so that is my expectation on AUDJPY going into this week. Yeah, this week. So let's look at what is happening on AUDUSD. All right, let's look at what is happening AUDUSD. So for a while now, if you have been watching if you have been following my analysis, I've been informing you that AUDUSD and then the dollar index haven't been conforming. All right, as a result of the Russia and then the Ukraine issue when it came up. All right, yes, the Australia is not part of NATO. All right, yes, so if it is not part of NATO, the dollar was rising, AUDUSD was also on a rise, which when it comes to correlation wise, we are not seeing this being in the form. All right, yes, but looking at this, I'm still bearish. All right, yes, I'm still bearish. I've taken a few trades on AUDUSD. Yes, I'm still bearish at the moment. Yes, but I'm not really seeing a perfect entry to join the train. All right, yeah, so going into next week, I'll be looking for entries on the lower time frame. Maybe I'll wait for price to, once this low has been taken off, I'll wait and see some retracement to this zone or to this small bullish candle we are seeing here, and then we look for downside objectives. All right, yes, but at the moment for the dollar pairs, I'm really reluctant on them because of what is happening on the dollar index, the retracement I'm expecting. So I wouldn't be so much hard on the dollar pairs. I'll just focus on the Australian and then the CHF and then the JPY pairs. When things are clear, I will fully jump into them. But let's look at what is happening on NZDUSD. All right, let's look at what is happening on NZDUSD. So AUDUSD, NZDUSD, a similar correlation, but the NZDUSD is really giving us a clear picture. All right, NZDUSD is giving us so much clear picture. Look at what is happening here. This key level has been broken. All right, this major low has been broken, and once it has been broken, I would wait to see price retest this low, and then we see a push to the downside. All right, so going into next week, I would want to see a little bit of retracement back into this area, and then we see a push to the downside. So that is my expectation on NZDUSD. Let's quickly look at what is happening on EURCAD. Right, so for a while now I haven't really touched this pair. All right, yes, because I'm really expecting a bullish move on this pair, but it doesn't always happen as expected. It seems it is not ready to start that bullish movement. All right, yeah, it's not ready to start that bullish movement, so I'm going to be reluctant. All right, I'm going to fold my arms so far as Eurocard is concerned. All right, until I see the readiness of the pair to move to the upside. All right, yes, I think for a while now it moves up and comes down, moves up and comes down. So at the moment I'm still reluctant. I'm going to be reluctant on this pair. All right, I'll be very convinced for a bullish move if I see this equal highs being cleared. All right, if I see this equal highs being cleared, then definitely I'm going to be convinced for a bullish move. So I'm just waiting for a bullish move on this pair. All right, yes, I'm just waiting for a bullish move on this particular pair. So I'm going to be very reluctant and then see what price action has for us so far as EURCAD is concerned. Let's look at what is happening on NZDJPY. So AUDJPY, NZDJPY, same plan. All right, I'm bearish on AUDJPY, same as NZDJPY. I'm also bearish on NZDJPY. Yeah, so let's look at how price is reacting so far as NZDJPY is concerned. Yes, so this is how it's reacting. All right, this is how it's reacting. Last week we saw price really on a consolidation from, I think, from Monday to Thursday, and then Friday we saw a bearish movement, all right, to the downside. So going into next week, I'll wait to see this low being cleared. All right, once this low is being cleared, I'll wait for price to come back for a retest, and then I'll open up more entries, projecting price to the downside. All right, yeah, so that is my expectation on NZDJPY. Let's look at what is happening on Euro AUD. Let's look at what is happening Euro AUD. Yeah, so for Euro AUD too, I've been silent on this pair for a while now. Yes, I've been silent on this pair for a while now, but look at what is happening at the moment. We've started seeing some bullish sentiments so far as Euro AUD is concerned. All right, yes, so going into next week, I'll choose this as my order block. That is a bullish order block. All right, yes, so going into next week, by the moment there hasn't been any break in market structure here, but yes, even though this has been broken, yes, it came back here. So going into next week, I want to see price push into this bearish order block we are seeing here. Then I will enter for a buy, but I'm going to really reduce my risk tolerance. All right, yes, I'm going to go on a low risk. I'll reduce my risk drastically and then wait for more confirmations and all that. If it happens, if it finally breaks this high, comes back to that same area, I'm going to open more entries. All right, so going into next week, watch out how price reacts in this area. All right, if it breaks this high, then we'll wait for price to retest, and then we expect to see price move to the upside. All right, yeah, so that is just that for Euro AUD. Let's look at what is happening on AUDCHF. All right, yes, let's look at what is happening on AUDCHF. Let's look at what is happening on AUDCHF. So for a while now, I've been so much interested in this pair because it has really been giving some nice price action. All right, yes, it has been giving some so much nice price actions, and I'm beginning to love these pairs here, AUDCHF and then NZDJPY. Yeah, so going into next week, I'm still bearish on this pair. All right, I'm still bearish on this pair. Going into next week, I'll be looking for selling opportunities. All right, yes, I'll be looking for selling opportunities on this pair, in that I want to see price retrace back into the zone. This is a fair value gap. Yeah, here and then here, between here and then here, that's a fair value gap. All right, we've seen a breaking market structure here. Yeah, when you go to lower time frame, you're going to see it so clear. All right, yes, so I want to see price push to the upside, and then we see a further movement to the downside, clearing this low and then this low as well. All right, yeah, so going into next week, I'm very bearish on AUDCHF. Let's look at what is happening on NZDJPY. Yeah, so I think for NZDJPY, if you're in my community, you should be in this trade. Yes, if you are in my community, you should be in this trade, because last week I posted a signal, yes, for which we are still holding. All right, yes, last week I posted a signal, a sell signal. So far as NZDJPY is concerned, we are holding. All right, it's a swing trade. It's a swing trade, so we are holding till price gets to where we are expecting it to get to. And definitely I'm really expecting it's gonna get there. All right, because all these areas are liquidity. All right, all these areas are clean lows. All right, there are so much liquidity resting below all these areas. All right, yeah, so that is just that for NZDJPY. All right, guys, so that is that going into this week. That is my expectations so far as the forex market is concerned going into this week. All right, here, so if you haven't subscribed, hit on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell. All right, be part of the fluxforex community. And if you're not part of my Telegram community too, just check the description box below. The link is there. Click on the link and then be part of the fluxforex Telegram community. All right, yeah, so I wish you all good luck and good trade going into this week. I'll come your way again next week.